Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel and working once again in the fairy journal. I am beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think we're nearly there. There's only maybe two more videos to do on this, and then we'll be ready to put it all together. I hope that this is still interesting for you. I'm still enjoying it. I'm loving all the colours and the glitter, and it's just a little bit different from what I've done before. So today I wanted to do a bit more decorating in the journal. I thought, as I've been using quite a bit of, I've got this big piece of, and this is just one of the pieces of netting. It's like a tealy turquoisey coloured netting, and I have used it in small amounts here and there on some of the ephemera and places. So I thought I ought to, just to bring it all together a little bit more, is to put some on the edges of the pages. So as you may have seen, I've already edged 3 pages with this broderie anglais, dyed broderie anglais ribbon. So I thought I'd do another 3 pages with the netting. So I've actually gone ahead and done a couple of them. I thought you don't really need to see me just glue down all of them. So at the back, so I've got one here. So it's just a little border here, and I've actually done a little bit more. This was looking a bit plain, so I did a bit more stenciling, and I added one of my fairies here. It's the one with the blue sparkly card. So I'm liking that page. So I put one there. I've got another one along here. So the third one is going to go along here, along this page here. So I've got it ready to go. So it's probably a bit wide. Oh no, it's not that piece. That's just an odd piece. I need a longer piece than that because I'm scrunching it up as I go. Where have I put it? Is this it? No. I thought I had it. I had it here. That looks too short. What have I done with it? It's one of those things that they float around and they end up on the floor. Don't know where I've put it. Oh well, I might be able to use that piece. Don't think. Oh, is this it? Oh, here it is. It's here in my basket. So this will be plenty long enough. But you need a fair bit. So I'm just going to do it with my Fabri-Tac. It works pretty well. Another reason for doing it here, make sure it all worked out. But I've done it on some of the little journaling cards here and there. I'll probably do it on at least one of the pockets that I've still got to decorate. So I'm just going to do it along the side here. I think there might be a case for putting 1 or 2 more ruffles in as well, because I've only got this one ruffle, I've noticed. So I just do it about 1/3 of a page at a time. But you can't do it all at once because you have to allow it to pretty much to hold it in place, and just fold it and stick it as you go. So just do a little bit at a time. But it is quite a quick process. So I've got a few things I want to do today, so I thought I'd start with this. Get this done, and then it's drying. And then I want to do my belly bands using my snippet. I keep calling it a snippet roll, but it wasn't a roll. It wasn't long enough because I did 2 long strips, so I'm calling it my snippet strips now. So I want to use a bit of those to do 1 long belly band going down the page and 1 going across the page. So I just need a bit more glue here. And the other thing I want to do today, if I can get to that as well, is sort out my pocket for inside the front cover. I've made a pocket, but it needs finishing, it needs a bit of decorating. I've sewn it because I made it from some fabric, some of the sprayed fabric, but I don't think the sewing machine liked working on that particular fabric. It makes it quite thick. I may have mentioned this before. A little bit stiff, and I have found it quite hard to pin, and my sewing sheet machine didn't like it at all. So I have got a very dodgy looking seam on the top of my pocket, which definitely needs covering up, and I'll show you that in a little while when we get there. So just get a bit more glue. I'm just going to take it right to the bottom now. There we go. I do like doing these little ruffles. I've done a similar sort of thing with tissue paper as well. Also works very well with this method. You don't need to use Fabri-Tac obviously when you're doing tissue paper. You can just get away with glue stick. Oops, I think I just better put this top on before it all billows everywhere. Okay, I get in there. I tried to space these out fairly evenly through the journal. These three. I kept thinking about it, thinking should I put lace, but I just thought the colour of this is so perfect for this journal. And I thought I really think it would be the best thing to use, especially as it's, I've tried to use it in a few places on some of the ephemera. And I've done it in the same way. I've done little ruffles on some of the tags. And I definitely want to do the top across the top of one of the pockets that I've made from the masterboard. I've still got to get to those. I've still got some pockets to finish off and decorate. That's going to be for another video. Maybe the next video that'll be happening, and that will be really one of the last things I need to do, I think. I might need a touch more glue at the bottom here. Scrunch that up a little bit. Okay, just going to hold that for a moment. So it doesn't take very long. And that's that done. What I have been doing, is trimming it afterwards. I don't really need it to stick out too far. And it makes it a bit more even, especially if you're not a very straight cutter. Although this piece hasn't been too bad. I think the first piece I used, I actually had to join two pieces together and they weren't the same width. So I definitely had to trim off a piece of that. But even this one I think is a little bit on the wide side. Right, now I've got a few strips left for doing pockets or anything else that needs a bit of frill, a bit of frilly. May even use, I'm not sure if I want to use it on my pocket that I'm going to do for the front cover. I'm wondering whether to put a little bit of it right on the front of the journal. I haven't decided yet. I'm considering whether that would just finish that off as well. It's about keeping the whole thing a little cohesive. Having similar things popping up throughout, similar colours and... Okay, let's just hope that's more or less straight. Whoop. Right, so I think that's fine there. Okay, so I'm just going to put that aside because I don't want it gluing itself shut. Let it dry a bit. Just move that out of the way. Right, the next job is trying to decide what to use for my snippets. Now I think the the horizontal one. Well, I might as well use this page as I don't know where it's going to go yet, but I need to work out the width. I think this is the piece I want to use on here. I'm going to use this one. It's a bit narrower, and then I want to use this one for the other what's it called, belly band, because it's a bit wider. So I think that one will be good to cut there. I've just got this little piece left. This just needs a bit of tidying at the side. Let's just see if it needs a little more decoration. This is quite decorated. This one I did decorate and the other one I didn't, because I thought it'd be better to decorate it when it was actually in situ. And fortunately it's been decorated that way, so it does actually go nicely as a belly band. I'm wondering whether to have a look to see if there's an obvious place we can put it already. It has got pink in it luckily, so I can put it pretty much anywhere. I'm wondering whether it'd be quite good near the front, because this is the one I'm going to put my bookmark in, aren't I? Let's see if there's anywhere else that just is going to be a better spot. Well, there is this piece, this one here, because I can't put a pocket down the bottom because I decorated it with the fairy. So actually that might be quite a good place for it. Let's get the the bookmark, and see how it looks in that place. I'm hoping it'll fit, otherwise I may have to rethink, do a tag and put this in a pocket or something. I've got to be able to slide it under, haven't I? It's quite fat. It might just work if I just put it there, make sure I leave enough room. Don't make it too tight across there. Should we just pop her up? Maybe I'll just lower it so she can be seen. Her little face can pop above. And that would be quite nice there, wouldn't it? Let's go for it. I'm going to just stick it down, and that's done. I wondered if I needed any more decoration, but I really don't think it does. It's the other one that I need to decorate, really. Put plenty of glue on the ends. Okay. So I'm going to pop that there, and then I wanted to hold it firmly. I don't want it to slide about too much, but at the same time I want there to be enough room for it to actually, to slide in and out as well. So I think I'm just going to hold it there for a moment. I think that might do it. There. I think this is dry under here. I was thinking I don't want this page sticking to itself. Right, I'm going to slide this out now. Leave it to dry. Again. Oh. Let's put the pin back on. Oh, I'm going to have to measure my other belly band, aren't I, before I finish. So let's bring it back in again. Every time I move it, I've got bits of netting attaching to everything. Right, now let's have a look. Which section would I like? Whatever section no, let's do it this way because I don't want it to be on top here. So, what about this piece here? Yeah, I think I might use that. Right. Just trim this at the top. It's not lying flat, but I think it needs to be a bit like that. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too loose now for the well, we'll see. It's quite fat, the bookmark. Right, have I made this a bit long? No, it's the paper. I think that's about right. Okay, let's do a bit of work on this. I don't know if I showed you this. I have actually used this nice sari silk. I think I tried to find a sari silk. First of all, I was going for one that was kind of matching, but it was too matching. So I've gone for the contrast to match with the colour in the topper here. So I think that works quite well, just in case you hadn't seen that. Right, just bringing my little box of decorative bits in as well. Let's see. Now I'm wondering, I think I would like something behind it, certainly on one side. Some sort of decorative lacy bit, which I think that would work quite well. So I might do that first. I don't know if you can hear that. Seagulls. Anybody think I'd live near the sea, which I definitely do not. But we get the seagulls visiting nevertheless, sometimes. Right. So let's just make sure I get the right side facing front. Yep. Hang on. That way around. Yep, that's the back. Let's just see. No, too high. Let's check that that's sticking out enough. Needs to come over a little bit on that side. It's curling up a little bit. I'll probably have to put it under something just to flatten it down maybe afterwards. Right, now what I definitely wanted to do on the belly band, and I'm just wondering, let me have a look whether this needs to be on the other side as well. Just to see, nope, it's that way around. Whether that would look better with a bit of something on that side too. So I'm inclined to like having a bit of lace on both sides on my belly bands. I think that's what I want to do as well. There. So I'm going to put the bit on the other side as well. And then line this up a bit. See how that looks. It doesn't look very straight to me, so bring that out a little bit. Okay, that's my lacy edge. Liking that. Right, as I was saying, I want to put little tiny envelopes, one at the top and one at the bottom, I think, on this. So I've got my little box of tiny envelopes. I brought these out before. I'm going to actually use them now. Some of it I've made using the papers from the kit, and some I've made using just some dyed papers, so I'll see which looks best. So I've got a little avocado dyed one here, and then I've got some of the blue, what's it called? Food colouring. Food colouring. So I'm thinking one there and one there, like that. And then in the middle, I don't know if it needs anything else in between. I have a thought about maybe one of these flowers that I made. I just got to get the one with the right colour. I have made a few more since I showed you these, just because I'm addicted to them. I mean, I absolutely love them. That's a possibility. I'm wondering whether I need a bigger one. I was thinking that the ones I've made would be too big, but actually I don't think big is a bad thing on this particular piece. Let's see what else I've got. A whole load of them, the Christmassy ones, gorgeous. And then I've got a few more of the purple and turquoisey ones. So this one is, we used a piece of the sprayed fabric as the background. I really like that, but I'm wondering if I could go even bigger, like that. I'm kind of liking that. This one's also got a bit of fabric inside in one of the layers, some of the sprayed fabric. Yeah, not that one, not that one. There's another. Oh, I think, I'm not sure. No, this is one I made. I was thinking that it might have been one that Alyssa made, but no, I think I did make this one. She did make a couple. She made the one on the lid, which I've now lost. It's completely disappeared. Oh well. Oh, okay. But I'm not sure I'm so keen on that one. Really, it needs something else in the middle, maybe. No, I think that's my favourite for this spot. Yeah, I think so. I might use one or two on some pockets that I'm going to decorate as well. And last look. No, I like this one. It also has some of the dyed fabric in it as well. Let's put these away. Right, so I've got my little envelopes. They need a little something. What do they need? Good question. Don't really know. I think I need something on the little flap. Or the way Barbara did them, she actually had the flap open and had something popped inside that was sticking out. Let's see if I've got anything that would be suitable to do that with. Might be able to put a little butterfly on or something as well. Let's dig deep in my box. I just keep throwing things in this box, all the little things. Oh, that might go somewhere. Right, so I've dug it to the bottom of my box and found these little tiny tags, which are really handy for this. So that that's been backed, but it hasn't had its thing poked out. So I've got this little round one. I don't know if that'll fit, so maybe I'll go with these two. I'm just wondering if that'll pop in there like that. No, it's a bit. Maybe this would fit better after all. Maybe a round one would be better. wonder if I've got any more round ones. Thought I did. I don't think the long ones are fitting so well. I did have some that I haven't backed, so I might have to... Oh no, these are bigger. They're too big. That might be it then. If that would go in. All sorts of little bits and pieces, just a case of whether any of them will actually fit in these tiny envelopes. Just have a quick look, see if there's anything else. I thought I'd had a thorough look, but I could easily have missed something. There's so many little tiny pieces. Oh, there's another little tag. Okay, I think they're the size I'm going to have to go with. Or the shape, should I say. So I thought one with the pink flowers would go in the pink one. So maybe the round one at the top and the pink one, the longer one at the bottom. I want to give them a little bit of string to go through. So maybe I'm just wondering whether to do it as a long string or as a little bow. Try and do a little bow maybe. I don't know if I'm going to be any good at doing little tiny bows on these things. Let's have a go. I'll do one. If it's too fiddly, I'll do it the other way. Need to have a bit of length to actually tie the bow with. What's that way? Yeah. Okay. Just shorten the little ears a little bit. There we are. That's not too bad. I'll shorten it a little bit more. Right. So that one can go, oops. That one can go in here. Like that. And then I'll do the same here. This one. Just a little bit of string. Oop. Right. Another bow. I hate doing these little things, especially on camera. But I think I've managed it. Where's my other end gone? I say I've managed it. I'm not sure I have. Has it? Oh yeah, yep, it's worked. Just need to shorten the loops. There we are. Okay. I feel like these need a little bit of decoration before I stick them on. Just a little bit. But what can I do? I can only might be a box of teeny tiny butterflies. Well, obviously these aren't all teeny tiny, but there are some teeny tiny ones in here somewhere, probably at the bottom. Where are they? Where are you, teeny tinies? Maybe I'll have to print some more. Punch some more, I mean. I wonder if I can get this on. Big. There we go. There they are. They were hiding at the bottom. Tweezer job. One. They're all pretty much the same colour, really. Don't think I've got any other colours. Oh, there is a lighter blue one there. I've still got some of the sprayed cardstock, so I could make some more if I want to. But I'm alright at the moment with these. Let's see which colours look best on these. So put those like that. Okay. I don't think I've ever used these butterfly punches as much as I have on this journal. There we are. 2 little butterflies on there. On that side. Okay, and a couple on there. Right, let's get these little... Oh, let's put these back in the box first. Before they go everywhere. Right, I've got my 2 tags. We're ready to rock and roll. Put these away. Yeah, that's going to go in the middle. I think that would look great. I really like that. So that's going to go that way. I'm just wondering whether to put something on the little flap anyway, little sequin or something, just so that somebody, whoever gets the journal, which I hope will be my niece if it gets done in time. I'm a bit more hopeful now that I will get it to her because her birthday is not till nearly the end of November. So I'm feeling a bit more hopeful I will actually get it done. But I thought if she wanted to take the tag out and put the flap down, she could, and it would have a little something there. But what? I've got these little tiny sequins. I'll put one of those on each one, I think. Little tiny floral sequins, they're so cute. Teeny tiny. How many have I got? More than I need. Okay, so I'll put a little dab of glue on there. And then she get a nice little surprise if she takes the tag out and the flap closes. That even that little detail has been done. How about that? Let's do the other one. Where's it gone? There it is. So I'll just put my little flower. Ooh, too much glue. Don't you start founting it out. I have enough trouble with the Fabri-Tac doing that. Take some of this glue off. There we are. Okay, and stick this one on. Put that one up that way, I think. Just slightly angled. Now, where's my little... Put this tag in here. Hope that's not going to stick out too far. It might stick out the top of the journal, won't it? Well, too late to worry about that now. Where'd that come from? And the other little tag. Go in there. Like that. I've just got to put my flower on. Glue on all the way around because I don't want it to flap about too much because it'll start to tear. I might put a little bit of, a few dabs of glue underneath some of these so they don't catch. When things are going in and out of the journal or in and out the belly band. And underneath as well. And then the last few under here. Right, so that's, oops, upside down, that's what it is, it's upside down. Okay, so that's the belly band done. I'm going to leave that to dry, because the other small job I wanted to do, I don't know if I'll get to my pocket. We'll see what time I've got left when I've done this other little job. Well, it's not really a job, it's just another little bit of decoration that I thought I might do in here. What I thought I'd like to do on the first page, this is a bit lumpy now, but I suppose it's bound to start getting a bit lumpy as we start putting things in, isn't it? Is put this up the side, this piece of leafy trim. I thought would be quite good up the side as well. So where's me Fabri-Tac? I'm going to do that. Just do a bead of Fabri-Tac up the side and just have some leaves meandering their way up. I'm going to do a straight line and hope that, because they stick out in all directions, don't they? So I don't really want it all over the page, I just really want it up the side. Right, so let's just find the obvious bit of the bottom and just try and keep it from getting twisted. Let me see what I'm doing here. Right. Whoop, stuck to my finger now. It's trying to twist, but I've found this on when I did it before. I realised that's what it's been doing. I'll try and keep it flat. May have overdone it with the Fabri-Tac. How unusual. There we are. Right, scissors. Whoop. There we are. There we are. That's a little bit heavy on the Fabri-Tac there. Let's see if I can dab some of it off, some of this tissue. Especially at the top. I think I got a bit carried away. Okay. Right, so I've got that. Now the other little job I was hoping to do today, which I might just about have time to do, was have a look at the pocket that I've made to go here. Right, so what I've done is I've taken a piece of this sprayed fabric and I've sewn it across the top. Now, I don't know if you can see, it's come out really badly. The rest of it, because this is the only bit I turned over and did it as a seam, and it has just completely mullered the fabric. It's completely, it's gone all over the place, and it's gone into knots, and it's made a real mess. It went fine just going around the sides, but that bit, and that's the back. So this is the front, so it looks terrible, if you can see there. It looks really bad. So I think I'm going to need to cover it somehow. I've been trying to think how best to do that. So I put this pretty lace on, just because I thought that looked nice to finish it off, but also because I used a bit that had a bit of the fabric I was using. This was my trial piece of fabric, so it was the bottom of the trousers where the seam was, so I needed to cover that up. And I haven't actually used this lace anywhere else in the journal, at least I haven't yet, but I thought it actually went quite nice on here. And I haven't sewn it all across, so I've actually left this bit open, so there is a possibility of it being another pocket. And that should just fit. In fact, I'll bring it down a little bit. So it'll just fit there. So I want to put something across here. Now, there's more than one option, and I haven't quite made up my mind yet. I was thinking of possibly putting this lace, but I'm not entirely sure I like the idea of 2 rows of lace, with this little bit in the middle. I like to try and do something different. So I was wondering whether to try my Lunar paste. I haven't tried it on fabric, just got it here. So I thought I might try that, just to see if it works. And I need a piece of paper, I'll use a bit of this underneath, just to make sure I don't get into much of a mess, but I've already got glue all over my fingers. So I don't really want to, I'm trying to get rid of some of that before I use the paste. Right, let's have a go with this and just try and put a bit of this golden gorgeousness all over this messed up seam. But not only that, it'll also seal it, of course. seal the sewing in so it won't start to unravel. That's the idea. Well, part of the idea, but most of the idea is to cover it up and conceal it. So I may have to finish this, the last bit of this video, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for me, because this will probably take a little while to dry. And if it doesn't work very well, I might have to think of something else to cover it up with. So I've got one last thing I'd like to add, but I don't know how it'll look. Maybe I'll just do it like that. Let's do it. When it's going on, I think it's all right. Might look a bit messy, I suppose, but I don't think that matters too much. To put it on fairly thickly, can't just rub it on like you can with paper in quite the same way. You need to pretty well lay it on quite thick to get it to show up. But at least it is disguising the horrible mess I made of the sewing. I think that was probably mainly down to the fact that it's the well, I think I'm blaming the fact that it's the sprays on the fabric making it so thick and stiff. Although it worked, as I say, it worked quite well on the sides. It's just across the top where it was doubled over. It didn't work very well. Could also be that my sewing machine needs servicing, I suspect. Okay, so I've done that. I actually quite like that. It's kind of messy but glittery. I'm quite liking that, but now I'm going to have to leave this to dry. So I think I'm going to just turn off the camera for a little while, or I'll probably come back tomorrow and finish this. There isn't a lot more I want to do, but let's see if we can get it into the journal. So I'll be back very shortly. Okay, it's the next morning, and I'm back at my desk, and this has dried beautifully. I thought it would look okay, and I'm really pleased how that turned out. But I feel it's still a little bit plain, so I want to do a bit more to it. What I'm thinking is just something in the corner. Now, which corner should it go? Oh, that's a good question. I hadn't really thought about that. I was planning to put it on that corner. I want to see how it looks in the journal first and decide which corner I want to put my embellishment on, just in case it actually doesn't make sense to put it that side. So let's just see how it looks in here. So if I put it not too close to the join, yes, it probably would make sense to have it on that side. That's fine. I just wanted to check that. Okay, paranoia, as always, ensues as soon as I start to do something. Right, so my idea was to do some sort of wax seal embellishment. As you can probably tell, I've got my wax seal stuff out. Now, I have a couple ready made, but I'm not sure they're quite what I want. So I've got this one, which is probably the closest. But I'm not very keen on that colour of the seal inside, even though that's turned out better than some. Certainly better than this one, which went a bit weird and wonderful around the edges. But possibly purple would work as well. I do like that. I like the colour. I'm thinking of doing a couple of seals and maybe just sticking them onto some other bits. We will have to see how that turns out. So I've got some bits of lace, I've got little tags. So I'm going to hopefully create a little embellishment. But first of all, I thought I'd do my two wax seals. And I have a new one that I want to use, which is a little butterfly one, which I thought would be more appropriate really for this journal, as there's quite a lot of butterflies in it. So let's get started with doing that, and then I can be doing a couple of other bits while they're melting and then setting. Let's just light up my little, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I'll just put this over the top. Move it over to that way a little bit so it's out of my way. And just check if you can actually see. See, I think you can. Yes, you can just see that in the screen. Right, so what I'm going to do is, let's put my little spoon on there. I've got this new box of yummy wax seals that I've used some, but I'm really happy to use some more. So I thought I'd do a couple of nice coloured wax seals. So I've got these purple seals here. They're like a metallic purple, which I thought would be quite nice. So I thought I'll do one of those, and I'll maybe do a couple of blues and see which colour looks better. And while that is melting, I thought I might do a little arrangement with perhaps a little tag hanging down here like that, one of the little tags from the kit. But I wanted to put a little message on the back, just a little, just a word that I thought would be quite a nice word for her to see if she turns it over. And it's got to be a little word because it's a little tag. And also I would have liked to have used my, sorry, I'm just going to get on my chair properly. I would have liked to use my click stamps, but they're just a bit too big. So I'm going to type stamp and hopefully it'll fit the word brave, because she's had a rough time and she's had to be brave. Whoops. So I've just got that right at the top there. I've got my little, which one is it? There we are. I've got each of the letters on a separate stamp just to try and speed things up a little. Try and stamp them close together. And the E is there. There we are. So I've got my little tag stamped ready. And then, how are we doing? Are we all melted? Oh, I think we are. Let's have a go at doing this one. I haven't tried this seal before, so let's hope it goes. It's been a while since I've done these. I'm just going to do it on my craft mat, which is heat resistant. Try to get a nice circle, which is not always easy. Alright, while that's setting, let's try. So, and I've got some little scraps of lace here. I've got my little lace scrap box. I thought perhaps, so I've got this really lovely piece of old, this is real vintage lace, that's really gorgeous, so I could put a bit of that there. And in this piece here, it's a bit a weird shape. I suppose I'd better really get this ready for the next, I had a piece of kitchen towel, the next colour. Maybe if I just pour out the last dregs and then I'll wipe it out and put the next one on to warm. I can smell that it's trying to heat some stuff that's not in there. Be careful because it gets very hot. I have to clean it because I've got a different colour going in. I'm going to do a couple of blues, so they probably don't need to be cleaned in between. Okay, that's fine. Clean enough. I'm going to do, I've got a turquoise here. Tight. Oh, lid's coming off. I'm just going to grab these just to speed things up. Put my tweezers. I'm not going to mix colours, I'm just sticking with a single colour. Let's see which colour I like best when it's done. Right, so back to my bits of lace. Just going to trim that off. maybe just a couple of little bits of fairly neutral lace, and then my little tag maybe there. How would that look? And then I've got to put, then I've got my, perhaps I'll put my seal over the top. Take off this slightly thicker bit at the top here. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll make the seal and then I'll stick it on afterwards. Let's see how this looks. It should be done. Ooh, I'm liking the butterfly. So I'm going to peel that off. It's almost completely cool. So I've got that one there. That would go. So I'm liking that. Even if I don't use it here, I might use it somewhere else in the journal. Yeah, that might work. Just wondering if I've left my little string long enough, although it doesn't really need to poke out very far. And as long as you can turn this over, so you can see what's written on the back. So I'm liking that. That works nicely. I've got to give these other two colours a try as well, though. Right, so this is the turquoise. Ooh. For some reason I can never quite get them central. I'm just going to pour off the excess because then that can be just scraped off after when it's cooled. And reused. Go back in the pot or in the box and get as much off as I can of that one. Then I'm just going to add the other blue, which is also a metallic blue. Okay. This one, really pretty blue. See if that colour works. They may all work, and then I'll have to decide. And we could be here all afternoon. I've got to keep an eye on time because I've got an appointment in about not slightly over half an hour, so I've got to leave in 20 minutes. So I must be finished by then. Okay. Right, so yeah, I quite like that arrangement of the laces, I think. I might just trim off this little bit of the top of this one as well. Just for something a little bit quieter as far as colour goes. I could have used more of the purple lace and stuff that I've been using, and I even thought of using some of that netting as well. But I just thought perhaps for this it might be quite nice to have something a little more neutral in this corner with the colourful wax seal. I think maybe I'll put that in the middle. And the seal at the top. Yeah, that might look better, a bit more balanced. Let's see. I mean, I can always trim off if it's a bit thick on one side. You can trim around these a little bit. Right, I think the wax is melted, so I've just got to see if this one will release. Come on. Bit reluctant, but okay, I'll leave that there for a moment. Just get the blue one poured out. I managed to get that more central. Don't think I did the best job on the turquoise one, but if I trim it, I'm just thinking if I've got a little spatula I can release it. So I think it was not quite ready to be released. So what I might do is just trim off some of the trim off some of the thicker bit of the seal. I might just remelt it and add it to the little puddle that I've already made. Oop. It's escaping. I wonder if that would work. It's not terrible. Quite like the colour. Let's just pour that out. I'm not blowing out the candle quite yet in case I need to do another turquoise one if I decide. But I think I might anyway. Just to be on the safe side. In case I prefer, if I can manage to make one that's a bit more perfectly round. I'd rather have a perfect one for this. So one more turquoise one. Right, I know I'm going well over my hour today in this video. It's just I've tried to pack a lot in, trying to get a few things finished. And I don't want to have to rush to get these last bits done. I want it to look right. I'm nearly there. I just may not be able to glue it into the journal on camera, but I mean, you know it's going to look how it's going to look. And you'll see it at the beginning of the next video because I'll show you. Yeah. Let's just try and get this finished. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll get these bits glued on. And just need a good old dollop Fabri-Tac across the top here. It's got a bit gunky around there. Never mind. Let's see if I can get it to come out. Come out, come out. Come out to play. Forgot to leave it upside down overnight. I left it sideways. Thought that might still be okay to you. So it wouldn't stop, wouldn't gunk up too much, but doesn't seem to have worked. It's coming out slowly. Let's see. The lace doesn't need a huge amount. That's the first one. I might need a bit more for the second one because they overlap. Let's just stretch it up a little bit. Okay, and then a bit of a blob in the middle just to hold my string. And it'll be caught up under the wax seal anyway. Just want to pop that there. Let's just check the position. Maybe I'll move this down just a tiny bit. Okay. Right, let's have a look at this blue one, see if it'll release. There we go. Oop. Broke off a little bit. Where's my spatula? It just broke off a little bit at the side there. But I'm not so keen on the colour, to be honest. I mean, I like the colour, but I don't think I'm so keen on it there. So it's either the purple, which has come out reasonably nicely, or the turquoise, which kind of pops a little bit more, I feel. Let's see if I can make a perfect turquoise one, and if I can't, I'll go back to the purple. Just needed to pour it out in a nice, even. Oh, it's gone a bit. Move over a little bit. That's it. Just want it in the middle and fairly circular. That's what I'm trying to aim for. Don't know if I've succeeded. Right, this one's ready to have a look at. Let's just release it from its mat and see if that looks any better. It does look a bit better. I can probably trim it up a bit. I did trim this blue one up and it does look better. I trimmed off some of the thickness and it does improve it, so I'm going to do the same with this one, I think. Oops, not those scissors. That would be a bad thing to do. Use my fabric scissors on the wax seal, and the good thing is you can, if you don't like it, if it doesn't come out well, you can just pop it back in the burner and re-melt it and start again. So I've got all these offcuts and I'll keep those and remelt them. So just try and give this an even shape. See if it works. That doesn't look too bad. So there's that one. Yeah, I think I like this one best. Now I've got the choice. Do I like the blue now that I've done? Now I've done the turquoise and got it to where I want it. I'm actually veering back towards the blue now. Or there's the turquoise, which goes quite well with the fabric as well. In fact, that needs a bit of a trim too. I'm sorry this video is going on so long. I'll try and, I mean, I'm already showing I'm at 1 hour 10, which is really long. I might be able to cut some of it out, but editing's not that easy on in the new software, so I'll only be able to cut out maybe a couple of minutes. But you have said to me in your comments, which I do appreciate, that you'd rather see me finish something. So I'm going to try and finish this. So what do you think? I know you can't tell me. There's always these dilemmas. Which ones do I choose? There's that one, and that one. In the end, which colour do I like best? I could easily pick the first one I did. My first instinct was to do a purple one. And now I've done this one, I actually think I prefer the purple. So purple it is. Let's do it. Let's stick it on. But at least I've got the others for another time. Now I've lost my fabric tape. I'll put it back in the pot, that's why. Right. Can put plenty on. Make sure it sticks down nicely, because you don't know with this stuff being the wax. There's probably more plastic in it than wax in all, reality with the colours and stuff, but it's so much fun to use. I love making these, but I've got so many now. I need to actually put some in, start to use them. There we are. Okay, I'm so sorry, my battery just conked out, turned itself off, and I realised I had to dash off to my podiatry appointment. So I've done that, so I've now come back and I've actually now stuck in my pocket, so you can see it actually stuck in now. While I was at the appointment having my feet done, I got a phone call from the hospital. You will not believe this, but the hospital phoned me and they've cancelled my operation on Monday. This is Tuesday. So my operation is was supposed to be next Monday, but because they haven't received the implant for my shoulder, which I didn't realise they were still waiting for, they've now had to cancel it and they will reinstate it when they get the implant. So I'm like, I just don't know what to do with this. Our whole lives have been geared around next Monday, so I should just plough on, keep making the videos. So all the videos you've seen up to now will be telling you that I'm not going to be around for a bit. Well, I'm going to be around for longer than I realised. So there we are. That's what's happened. And so this is what we've done today, and the little belly band as well with the little envelopes. I'm really liking that. So that's got to go in at some point. So there we are. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry it's such a long one. If you stuck with me to the end, well done. Go and have a cup of tea. That's what I've done. I've got myself a cup of tea. Now go and sit down and calm down. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.